Thank you to Quince for sponsoring today's video. Yes, this is a Tupperware full of bones. So we got the bag, and then I think I have the outfits I want to bring. I think I'm just gonna wear these blue track pants on the train because these are really cozy and soft, and then I think I'm just gonna bring a pair of like nicer pants. These are like linen. I might pack like a pair of thermal leggings to wear underneath these because if I'm walking around outside a lot, it's gonna probably get really cold. So we got a pair of nice pants. Obviously I'm gonna bring my favorite pajamas of all time. I just love these. I love these so much. These are from Print Fresh. They're my little wintry PJs. I've worn them to death, but like they're the kind of material that just keeps getting softer. So those are the pajamas I'm gonna bring. And then I'm debating on, I think of course I gotta bring one big comfy sweater. I'll probably wear this on the train. Yeah, I'll probably wear this on the train. I have a very blue day tomorrow, my polar bear sweater. And then I just got this top. This one just came this week. I got this from Hemibler. I'm quickly falling in love with this brand. I got stuff from them in the summer that I just like wore almost every day. And then I saw that they had this like, I love this material. I think it's like lyocell and something else. But I got this like nice oversized stripy button down, but the thing that I love is that it has a hood. I feel like not a lot of button downs have a hood. It just makes it like cuter, more casual to me. This is really comfortable, so I thought I might wear this in the museums because I feel like when I'm in a museum it's always so hot. I don't know, I feel like they always got their heat cranked up, so I think I'm gonna wear this with maybe something underneath, and then I'll probably just bring these two tops plus like a ratty t-shirt. I'm charging my headphones because I need to pick a train book. I need to pick a train audiobook. I don't think I can read on the train. The train is not one of the places that's safe for me to read because I just get so motion sick. But yeah, we're gonna pick a nice train audiobook. Maybe even a book set on a train. It is day 1 in Ottawa and it is a beautiful day. Guys, the amount of snow that it snowed last night when I came in was just wonderful, beautiful, amazing. There's so much snow when I got in last night. It was so nice. I didn't have time to tell you what books I was trying to listen to on the train, but I actually got through a lot of 2 books because, you know, the Via Rail was delayed. The first one I picked up was, I thought, going to be just perfect because it's called 640 to Montreal. And this is by Eva Jurczyk. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a murder mystery on a train. Not only that, it's the same train corridor that I'm literally on. Almost the same route, because instead of going to Montreal, we would just like go a little bit north to Ottawa instead. So I thought it was gonna be perfect. However, I started this and I think I got a little over an hour through on the ride, and I don't think it was going to be really very good at all. It was fun to listen to a book on a train when I was on a train, like on the same train route, and we were like stopping at the same stops that like the book said we were stopping at. That was really cool. Starts off with our narrator, who is this really angry, bitter, maybe murderous woman. We don't know. She's definitely a suspect in this because she's in Toronto when the book starts, and she's just really angry at her husband. I'm thinking for good measure. We don't really know the whole story yet though. But anyway, she gets on a train because it was actually her Christmas gift. Her husband gave her a train ticket for Christmas to Montreal, from Toronto to Montreal and then back to Toronto. And it was supposed to be like, get your book done, because she's a writer. So he gifted her a train ticket so that she could write on the train for a day, like just sit on the Via Rail. I don't know about you, sitting on the Via Rail for, what was that, like 10 hours? That is a nightmare. That's not a gift, that's hell. The real horror was the delay. To be fair, last night it was about an hour delay into Ottawa. That's not too bad. The last time I took the Via Rail, we sat on the tracks for 3 hours without moving. And that's just normal. That happens all the time. Every single time I take it. I don't think I've ever had a train where I'm on time. Matter of fact, most of the time we sit on the tracks not moving for 2 or 3 hours. I didn't really get too far into this, to be honest. The book didn't seem that good, and also the audiobook narrator, every time she would start a sentence, like they didn't cut out her breathing. So before every sentence we would just hear, or like literally before every sentence, and I was like I couldn't do it. I did pick another book just in case the 640 to Montreal turned out to be a dud, which sadly it did, because I was like, oh, this would have been the perfect train book. Also, I'm so confused that it's called like 640 to Montreal. We're going from Toronto to Montreal, but the cover has like mountains on it. The cover has like Alberta Rocky Mountains on it. The other book that I chose is called The West Passage. This one is by Pechacek. This one is like a medieval whimsical fantasy. I don't know. I got almost 2 hours through this one on the train, and I'm really not sure. It's a little bit bizarre. It's a little bit like, I don't really know where I am. We're in this palace where like the palace is the city. So the world in the West Passage is just this huge palace with a bunch of towers. All the towers are different colors. And the tower we start in is the gray tower, where I think this is like the embalmer tower, where the people who work there basically just make sure that anyone who dies in the towers gets laid to rest in a certain way. The people in power in this world are like these women who are like tall. Like they're so tall. That's kind of cool. But anyway, follow this apprentice who is working for these women who basically just lay people to rest. There's also guardians in the tower who are patrolling the West Passage, because there's like this beast down there that may or may not be wanting to be unleashed on the tower. So that thing is down there. And then the other perspective we have is an apprentice to the guardian, who is supposed to be making sure that the beast isn't going to break out and kill everyone in the palace. But now that guardian is dead, and he's on a mission to go and tell the other towers that there's something going on in the West Passage. To be fair, I don't really know. I was really not getting a good picture of this world, really not getting like super into it. I might give this a little longer. I might save this for the train ride back, but I also want to pick a different book for the train ride back as well. As you can see, I am at the hotel. It's very cool here because it's reminding me of Castle in the Clouds. It's very Castle in the Clouds. And also when I got in last night, they upgraded the room. I just got back up from breakfast, and on the agenda today is going to the National Art Gallery of Canada. So I'm very excited because this is the winter exhibition that I am primarily here for. I'm really looking forward to take you guys along on a little museum tour. It's no longer snowing today. I'll show you the view this morning in a second, but there's snow all over the ground. I think it's about -11 today or feels like -11. I'm not sure, I have to check that again, but Hi everyone, I am back from Ottawa now. I thought I would update the vlog, and I also have a tiny haul to show you of some things that I got while I was there. I've wanted to go to Ottawa since elementary school when someone did a presentation on the Rideau Canal in the wintertime, because if you don't know, the canal gets frozen over and you can skate on it, and it just sounded so magical to me. So I ticked off little Emma's dream to go and see the canal and see Ottawa when everything is frozen, tons of snow. I had a really good time. I'm really glad I went, and I just feel refreshed and ready to take on the rest of the week, even though I feel like I'm looking quite tired and the eye bags are kind of going crazy today. I have not been getting a great sleep, but ready to fix that. Basically, the trip to Ottawa was just like museum extravaganza. I went to 3 museums while I was there. The whole reason I went this year, like I said, was because a lovely subscriber, multiple people, messaged me about Winter Count, which was an art exhibit at the National Art Gallery of Canada. It was wonderful. It had artists from all over the world, mostly Canadian, and tons of Indigenous art as well. And it was just fascinating, wonderful. It was all about embracing the cold, different people's attitudes towards the winter and the cold, and what winter and the snow and ice mean to different people. There were a few Monets there. I'm not a Monet fan, okay, to be honest, I'm not. But that was really nice. My favorite, probably this guy. I know this is a bad picture of it. I'll try to find, you know what, I'll just try to find a different like photo of it off the web to put here. I think it was like winter forest on a frosty night or something like that. Frosty night in the winter forest. Oh, so inviting, so lush. I just want to crawl into this painting and like I can just taste it, I can feel it, I can see the stars, the darkness. It's just so like lush and like get me in there. There were so many pieces that I had never seen before. There was also this like gorgeous trio of photos featuring, or paintings featuring, the Northern Lights, and the way they had the spotlights displayed on these paintings was just really beautiful, because I seriously thought the paintings were like glowing. They looked alive. I think the photos captured it fine, but like they just looked like they like had their light sources within them, that like it wasn't painted on. Like the Northern Lights were literally in the paintings. It was gorgeous. That day as well, I went to the Canadian History Museum. To be honest, I only went through kind of like one level of the Indigenous history there. I wasn't really interested in like the rest of it, to be honest. So I spent about like two and a half hours at the Canadian History Museum, and then walked along the canal. I couldn't find where to rent skates. I don't know, I'm assuming they would rent skates, right? Like the whole canal is just like frozen. But I only saw like little rooms where people were putting on their skates. I didn't think there were skate rentals inside, unless I just completely missed that, but it was fine. I got to walk along it, and it's just, guys, so cool. It must be so cool if you live there and you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, I gotta go to work. Let me grab my skates. Let me go put my coat on, grab my skates by the door, and skate to work or something, you know? The last museum I went to the next day was the Natural Sciences Museum. That was cool. I love me some dinosaurs. And they also had cormorants. They had 3 species of cormorants there. Love them. Not really how I want to see them, but you know, I did get to see some cormorants. To be honest, I swear I'm not lying to you. I really wasn't planning on going to any bookstores. I didn't have any written down. I hadn't researched any. I was just gonna leave it up to Chance. And Chance was like, hey girl, here's a bookstore. Funnily enough, this was actually, I think, one of the ones that multiple people messaged me about on Instagram. The bookstore is called, I think it's called the Perfect Bookstore? Perfect Books, I think. It's an independent shop and is great. It's great. Huge selection, wonderful selection. So many books I hadn't heard of before. I added a lot to my TBR. I got a couple of pieces at the art gallery. I had to get the little cats because they were there. So I got this guy. This one is 2 cats, poster for an exhibition of works drawn and painted by T.A. Steinlen. This one is called Bears on Blue. This is by Kenan Ginek Butuguk. He had some art in the exhibition as well, so I wanted to pick that up. And then I was debating back and forth between 2 books at Perfect Books. However, one of them was like huge and I did not have any room in my duffel bag to bring it home, so I just stuck it on my TBR. So the book that I actually ended up getting, well, actually, let me tell you about the one I didn't get first. I'd never heard of it before. It was in the fantasy section. It was huge, beautiful hardcover. It's called Ice. Yep. Epic, snowbound. I think it's set far in the future. Some sci-fi, some fantasy in there. I think this follows, is it a mathematician or a doctor? However, I did see this book there, the one that I actually did get. And I realized it's been almost a year since I have filmed a certain video, and I've had a lot of people tell me that, like, you know, you should make some more of these videos. If you make more of these videos, here's the book that you should read for the video. I got Pet Sematary by Stephen King. After I did my Shining vlog almost a year ago, everyone was like, Pet Sematary is probably the one that is going to be for you next. And yeah, so I think I'm going to be doing a whole vlog with this, hopefully, if you guys still want some of that. But yeah, I really don't know what this is about. To be honest, I don't want to know really what it's about. I kind of want to go into this one blind because with The Shining, I obviously had quite a good idea of what I was getting myself into, but this one is such a nice paperback, such a nice floppy paperback. It's going to be perfect for reading. Smells so good. On the reading news front, I did not complete any audiobooks on this journey. I DNF'd both of the choices that I had picked out for myself. I DNF'd 640 to Montreal, and I ended up DNFing the West Passage. I just didn't think it was like worth my time, to be honest. However, I did start the book that I brought with me physically, which I will tell you about when I get a little bit further into it because I'm not really that far into it, honestly. Look at how beautiful and sunny it is today. Unfortunately, I cannot see any snow. We've had a couple of very, very warm days and it has melted all of the snow. So, yeah, I've been quite sad while sitting down this morning to plan out my week and what I'm going to be doing and just organizing different things. But I thought in order to not grieve so much and not be so like deeply sad, like deeply sad that winter is coming to an end once more, I thought I would try to cheer myself up by refreshing my space and also sadly taking down any last like Christmas or wintry things I might have up that I don't want up all year round. I also have some new bed sheets I'm excited to show you because they're not the boring beige or boring white. I think they're gonna make my room a little bit brighter and less Christmassy. So I have a beautiful new fitted sheet. Look at this gorgeous color. It's so dusty. I love how it looks in the sun. I just think this is gonna add some much needed color in here. I gotta make the bed. I gotta make the bed. Bed sheets are on. Cute lighting has been activated. The sheet set, which came with the pillowcases as well, is from Quince, who I mentioned is sponsoring today's video. Love everything I've received from them. This tank top as well is from them. They are your one-stop shop for homeware, clothing, cookware. Quince is able to offer such high quality goods because they cut out the middleman, and so they work directly with the manufacturer. In that same vein, Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible practices, and at the same time, premium fabrics, for example. This is the European linen sheet set. It's 100% linen. It's so light, which is going to be so good for the spring and hot summer, unfortunately, hot summer nights that are coming. I love the color. This one is in the shade Dusty Mauve. I feel like it's really brightened up the space, and it also matches my little penguin. I'm very excited to bring back some food content into my vlogs. It's been too long, to be frank. I'm excited because they've also sent me a couple of pieces. I got their beautiful ceramic non-stick saucepan, their 3-quart one. I think it's just really pretty, to be honest. And then I also picked out the 5-ply stainless steel 10-inch frying pan. They also come with this cute little booklet that tells you about your cookware. My beautiful new frying pan was made in northern Italy in a family-owned factory that has been manufacturing professional grade cookware since 1925. Also, dishwasher safe is a must, I'm afraid. If you guys want to elevate your home with Quince, you can click on the link in the description box or scan the QR code on screen to unlock free shipping on your order as well as 365 days return. This is our first little man. This is a pilia, a species of pilia. I think this is known as like the moon plant or like the moon pilia. As you can see, he kind of looks a little crater-like. I'm hoping this is focusing. Anyway, I think he's really beautiful. I actually don't remember what this beautiful guy is called. Please focus on the plant, thank you. Is this like Guzman's I've just been calling it like the phoenix feather plant. I will put the proper name on screen. I also recently repotted the money tree that I've had for years, and I guess that's what he needed because look at how good he's doing. He's growing so tall. He gets so many new leaves and shoots all the time, and it's just been really, really nice to watch this again because, to be honest, for a while I was not being the best plant mom in the world. When my if you can tell the state of my mental health by like looking at my plants, to be honest. Yet another pilea. We have the raindrop pilea. I really love him. I saw him and I was like, oh, I just love the big stocky stem and then the nice little raindroppy. I'm trying to be happy for spring because these guys love all the extra sun that's coming in. I love you so much. I wanted to pick up some new hobbies in 2026, and I think I found my first one. I was on the beach one day and I saw something and I was like, wow, that is beautiful. What is that? Anyway, I'm talking about bones, my friends. I've become a bone merchant. Yes, this is a Tupperware full of bones. I thought I would show you my little bone collection, what's been going on, how many bones I've collected in the first couple months of the year, mostly all from waterfowl. These are all like cleaned and washed, by the way, obviously. This is the first bone that I found on the beach. I had no idea what it was when I came across it because I had never seen a bone like this, never found a bone like this. This is actually a bird pelvis. This is a waterfowl bird pelvis. I think this one is from a duck, I believe. But if there are bone experts out there, like, please correct me, because in some cases it's been like quite difficult to identify what the bone is that I have found, but mostly I've just been using Reddit. The lake always has new treasures, new beautiful things for me. Like, I just think of them as little gifts from the water. One of the next bones I found, and I have a lot of these now actually, they're in such good condition. I don't know how they've stayed in such good condition, but this is the next one. So this is a sternum, and this, I believe, look at the so beautiful. I cannot get over how beautiful they are. This, I think, is a cormorant sternum. I'm holding a piece of my favorite bird. These are all like cleaned and bleached. To be honest, the lake did about like 90% of the work for me, because when I found them, they're obviously like in almost perfect condition. They're so clean when I found them, but I just looked up how to clean them myself. So now when I bring my little jar, it is a jar of bones home that I carry with me. If I find any, I will put them in just soap and water for the first like 24 to 48 hours. I will let them soak in soap and water, and then I will put them in hydrogen peroxide for the next 24 hours, sometimes a little bit longer depending on how bleached you want them to be, but that's just what I've done, and they've come out quite nicely, if I do say so myself. I do have a couple more sternums. This one I think again is from a duck, I believe. You can see how it's a little bit different from the cormorant sternum. I showed you the cormorant sternum, but this is the best thing I have found. Do you know who this is? Do you know who this little guy is? Stop it. That is a cormorant skull in like fantastic condition. It was just sitting there on the beach like that. You can't see it, but on my wall, I have a poster of a cormorant, and now I have a cormorant skull. I'm just gonna cherish this forever. Obviously they're in like a Tupperware right now, but I'm gonna be trying to find like a nice display case, probably a glass one, like a curio cabinet, so my cats don't, find them and think they've just found their next favorite toy. To look at all the details up close is incredible. We might be building our own cormorant this year. I've looked it up. It is legal for me to own all these bones, thankfully, so yeah, we have the cormorant skull, we have the cormorant sternum, and then I also found the cormorant pelvis, which is also just like a beautiful creation. It is a lot bigger than the other pelvises I have found. Like, look at how stunning. Wow. Isn't that so cool? I do have a few of them actually that I haven't identified, and then others that I've just identified recently that are really interesting. So I thought I would show you those as well. This first one, I was like, I don't know what this is. For the longest time, when you're like trying to ID a bone, your like Google searches are just increasingly strange because you're trying to describe it, but you've never really seen it before. Anyway, I finally found it, and it turns out that these are fish teeth. These are fish teeth, but they're not like fish teeth from the front of a fish's mouth. They're actually pharyngeal fish teeth, which means teeth in their throat. So this one, I believe, is from a drumfish. I just learned so much from this experience. I obviously learned about the different kinds of bones, anatomy, but I hadn't ever heard of drumfish in the first place either. So this one's beautiful. Like, some of the drumfish bones that I've come across on the internet, it just looks like a lustrous mouth full of pearls. But yeah, they have like a second jaw. A lot of fish have a second jaw, I guess, in their throat for, chewing their meals, and that's where those teeth are from. I also have a crayfish claw in here. There's a ton of crayfish in the lake. This is a bone that I've not been able to ID yet. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. I'm thinking it's a fish bone, right? Right? Am I crazy? I don't know. It's really pretty. Like, look at I don't know if you can see the lines that well, but it's gorgeous. I think today I might take you beachcombing again, because today it's actually really warm. It's finally above 0 for the first time in a while, so all the ice on the beach is melting, which means that it's perfect for the treasure that's been hidden inside the ice. And I can also show you as well the other things that I've found. Aside from bones, which have been fun, my mom was just down because she was taking care of the cats while I was in Ottawa, and we also went beachcombing together. She's obsessed with sea glass. I like some sea glass. I'm not like too chuffed about it. I'm more there for the bones, but I did find some more things with her. So I will insert that footage, and then maybe we can go beachcombing again. I don't know if anyone's as excited as I am about the bones, but if you want more bone updates, if you want to see how my Frankenstein cormorant is coming along. That's a phrase I never thought I would ever say. I will try my best to keep you updated on that, but...
Hello? Yeah, what? What? Hi. What do you need? Yeah, that's okay. Probably a lot. Oh, jeez.
Hang on.
Oh, there's
Not
more.
all of it. Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
I don't want to lose any of it. From an old beer can.
Use this one.
Green's the most popular.
You want to get that one?
Little Hunter.
Little
Yeah,
baby.
Then I have to try to. Don't jump on my head.
Oh, you scared him.
Sorry, bud. Had to get. Yeah.
Is
He
that
loves-
even good?
Yeah, it's not sharp. As long as it's not sharp.
Okay.
Little puffin bowl.
Right.
So I got a whole bunch in there. I've got some on a.
Look at this guy.
It's very green.
That
Green
man's
bean.
huge.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
Wow. My hands are going so wrinkled. Oh, look, this one has a letter on it. ER.
Oh, do you think that's a
But wait, I was gonna show you this one.
Perrier bottle?
Look, it's red.
Oh, another red one. Ooh, thank you.
Hi. Sir, what do you want? Sir Jesus Christ. windows are getting really dirty. Those windows are so dirty.
I'm just doing my skincare for the day, but I have a few new things that I've gotten recently. We have some new things going on. I don't know if you can see this. I feel like it doesn't really appear on camera too much. It's worse in person. This mark. I've been marked by the winter. I think it's rosacea. Yeah. Hi. Basically, I was a silly hillbilly and I went for a quite long walk all the way back in November, and I didn't wear my sunscreen, got a sunburn, and then the sunburn never went away, or like I guess it did, it just changed into rosacea. So I've never had rosacea before. Yeah. But it has not gone away. Basically ever since then my skin has really changed because I used to have quite oily skin, but this winter for whatever reason, and especially here where the winter has just been like gotcha, it's been so dry. What do? Is this just gonna live on my face for the rest of my life? It just feels really unpleasant, to be honest. Anyway, so I'm here this morning to put on my sunscreen with a very cuddly calcifer, but I did get a few new products to try. I think I have cemented my skincare routine. I'm pretty sure I have it down. I've been using this moisturizer for a really long time. This is the Sunjung 2x Barrier Intensive Cream by Etude, and I've been using this for months. I really like it, and so when I saw that like they have a face wash too, I decided to pick that up and try it. And this one, I think this is the one. This is the face wash. Really like it. I really wanted one that wouldn't like dry it out even more. The other new product that I wanted to try, because I had previously been loving, like absolutely loving, these like saved my face in the summer, were the it could have been heart leaf pads, but I've also been wanting to try these. Been seeing these everywhere. These are the Keratin Calming Water Pad. But they smell divine. They smell so good. Yeah, these are the ones that I got to try, and they've been really, really nice. And they've been really good at like calming this guy down. At night, I'll just like leave them on my face because they stick to your face for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. The sunscreen that I've been using is the same old sunscreen I've been using for a while. I'm almost out of it. I've been like squeezing every last drop, but I just got a new box of it because I'm almost out, and that's the Beauty of Chosun Relief Sun with the rice and probiotics. So I just got a new tube, but I'm gonna be squeezing out every last drop. I don't know, is this an okay sunscreen for this? This is what I've been using. I'm gonna moisturize and then squeeze out the last of the sunscreen, because also I think like it's getting worse, or like my skin's just getting much more sun since moving here because there's so many like windows and it's so bright in my apartment. All right, let's finish getting ready, and then I gotta do a bunch of stuff today. You having a good bath? Okay, good morning. I have to leave in a little bit to go to the eye doctor. I just finished oiling my hair a little bit. This half really got the memo, and then this half, I don't really know what happened. Like you can see the length. I think my time has finally come. I think it might be time for me to get my first real pair of prescription glasses. Reading has actually become quite difficult. I just feel a little bit like the words are starting to like blur and run together. I feel like my distance vision for like reading signs and stuff has decreased, and I feel like my time has come. I've never needed glasses before, like aside from when I was dealing with concussion and post-concussion syndrome and I had like specialized glasses for that. I've never needed a prescription pair, and the glasses that I wear in my videos, like these ones just have the blue light in them, which I do like, but I've never actually needed glasses to correct my vision before. The last time, it was like years ago though. The last time when I was there, I think my vision, it was better than 2020, but now I'm thinking it's not anymore. All of the frames that I have, which I think all of them actually have been gifted to me. I've been incredibly lucky to work with a lot of glasses brands over the years on YouTube, and I like them. I like them all. All the ones I have are really like this style of frame, and I kind of want, I don't know if they'll have them there, but I've been wanting much smaller rectangular frames, I think. These are the ones I wear most often. I think these are the ones that I like the most. That was really Canadian sounding. No, I don't think so. And I whipped these ones out as well. As you can see, these are very heavily prescribed. These were my concussion reading glasses, and I've been wearing them, which I probably shouldn't have been, just the past few days. So I can read a little bit better. Like, they have been better than just me trying to read with my eyeballs. So I'll bring these with me too. I don't really like how these look anymore. I got these in high school. Hello. When I get back, I do want to sort out the book situation of what I'm reading, because I have a lot of things that I have to start for different videos, different book clubs. I need to order one more book or find a book that I have to read this month. Unfortunately, I did just drop hundreds of dollars on my very first real, I guess, outside of like brain injury stuff, glasses, prescription. I think it's mostly my distance, she said, that was not like 100%. I didn't end up choosing any of the frames I showed you before I left. They had like exactly actually what I was searching for at the optometrist place, so I ended up getting that pair after trying on a whole bunch more. But everyone in there was so nice. They were really so kind, so helpful, and yeah, it was really cool. I got to see, like, because they took pictures of the back of my eyes, she showed me those, and I was like, that is so cool. I've now seen the back of my eye and what it looks like. So interesting, so interesting. Anyway, all was healthy aside from getting the prescription, so I can't show you the frames, I guess, because I have to wait to go pick them up for probably a couple weeks, I think they said, until they're ready to pick up. So it's now going on 5 o'clock. I have my little Grendel, and I wanted to show you, oh my gosh, I want to show you what I picked up on the reading front, and also give you an update on the one book that I did start last weekend when I was in Ottawa. So I did pick up Places Far from Ellesmere by Eva Van Herk, and I'm now 96 pages through. I'm actually almost done because it's quite short. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed. This is an interesting book. This is an explorations on site. So it's a very, very place-focused study for the author, going back from a makeup town that's a stand-in for the small town she was born in Alberta, and then her school years in Edmonton, eventually Calgary, but then the biggest section in the book, which thankfully is the section that I'm most enjoying, is a reading or unreading of Anna Karenina by Tolstoy. So the first, the first 80-ish pages, I don't know, I just felt like it was a bit overwritten for my taste in terms of how she's exploring the place. The first section was all about, because she's growing up and like she's in a small town in Alberta, so much of it is obviously about control, what she's allowed to do, all of the places you could get into trouble as a woman, where you're not supposed to be, who you're not supposed to be with. There's a slight religious element to it, but a lot of it is about a place that you grow up in, having a love-hate relationship with it, which I think was done well. Home, what you visit and abandon, too much forgotten, too much remembered, an asylum for your origins, your launchings and departures, the derivations of your dream geographies, where you invented destinations, always and unrelentingly home, even after it is too late to be or to revert to home, even after it preoccupies the past tense. Now the section where the author, it's all set in second person actually, so it's addressing you, which I actually do really like books set in second person. I'm a big fan of the second person. She has taken a trip to Ellesmere Island, very, very north, top of Canada, and she wanted to take one book with her while she was going there, and she eventually decided on Anna Karenina. And this section, which is called Woman as Island, is all about you, or the author, doing an unreading or rereading Anna Karenina in a new way, and essentially freeing Anna from the fate that Tolstoy has prescribed to her. This section I'm really enjoying for just basically its talk about Anna Karenina. I love when we have a book or a text about one character, we're reading a book that like we know, or I would know, or the reader knows, and it's a very intimate, like you get to see a retelling through that person reading it. I love it. That's also why I love listening to other people's experiences with books. I love watching booktube. I love talking to people about books and just like listening to them and how they felt about the work that they read. But in here it really focuses on how Anna cannot escape, is not allowed to have a different life, obviously because she's a woman. This is what she does. Talks a lot about, you know, the ending, what Tolstoy wanted for her, what other characters in Anna Karenina are allowed, or how they're allowed to act and to be. That is Places Far from Ellesmere. And then I think finally decided on an audiobook. I was mucking around for a bit, to be honest. First up, I picked up Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. This would be a reread for me. I picked it up on audio and I got 64 pages through, but I was like, you know what? I don't think I actually need to reread this. I was rereading it because I was like, I want to get refreshed before jumping into the second book. Reading the audiobook, I was like, you know what? I remember all of this. Like, I remember all of it. I read this years ago, but I feel pretty good with the events in here. And to be honest, I was not in the mood to read it again just for enjoyment because, while I did like the first one, I'm really not in the mood for a, like, magic school. Not really magic, although there is kind of magic in here. Magic school, assassin school, you know, school book. Do you know what I mean? Nevernight is a fantasy. I think some people describe it as grimdark, I guess, but it's like very like comedic grimdark. I don't know if I would describe it as true grimdark, although to be fair, I don't think I've ever read true grimdark, but listening back to the audiobook, it was actually a bit more juvenile than I remember it being. And also in here, for some reason, I thought the characters were older, but she's like 16 or 17. I kind of wish she was older. So I got 60 pages through this, and then I was just like, you know what? I feel confident. I feel ready to pick up book 2, God's Grave. And since starting this one, I am 54 pages through, and yeah. Set in a world that is very like, it's very Roman Empire. As you can see by the cover, I don't know if you can tell, a lot of this one I think is going to be about the gladiators and more of a gladiator style location and story, which I don't know if I'm going to get along with that either, but it's okay. So Mia is an assassin. Basically her whole family was killed or imprisoned by the Republic after her father committed treason by wanting to make one of the generals of the army king. Obviously tying back to the Roman Empire was the Roman monarchy. The Republic was established and we had like consuls, and then that eventually gives way to emperors, and now they're very much, I think, wait, do they have an emperor, or are we doing the 2 consul thing? She's supposed to be killed as well. She escapes. She has the help of shadows or darkness. We don't really know too much about it, but we do know that Mia can wield shadows and wield darkness to do her bidding. She has a little cat who's not a cat at all, named Mr. Kindly, and he's probably my favorite thing in the book. I just love the cat, love the shadow cat who's not a cat, and he eats her fear whenever she's feeling, you know, afraid or anything. He grows stronger by consuming her fear, which I just love. And Grendel, you do the same for me some days. Do you know that, buddy? The first book, she eventually takes herself off to the Red Church, which is like the school to train assassins, and she eventually becomes a blade in the church, and now she is on a quest a la Monte Cristo for revenge against the Republic for the crimes they committed against her family. So I think this is going to be my audio read, and this is good because this is also one of the books on my 2026 to read. So this is, oh, sorry, it's okay. This is what we've got going, and then I kind of wanted to start Pet Sematary today. My eyes are feeling really bad. They're feeling really bad. They also dilated my pupils, so I'm very like light sensitive right now, and I'm getting a headache. You're such a cutie. My little cutie. This guy is always attached to me at the hip or like at the face. Sometimes in the morning, I don't know if you guys saw it, but he literally just like wants to sleep with his face on my face, like sleep glued cheek to cheek. He just is really always like, we're just attached. We're inseparable. We are inseparable like that, buddy. Yeah. I just love you. Look at you. Look at how cute. I love you so much, big guy. You look so angry right now. You look so angry.